get on the fucking cyclist lane. You're walking in the middle of the street, you dumb. I'm okay now. Yeah, don't wave back. Fucking fack. So, loyalty towards your friends. And by loyalty, I don't mean loyalty whenever you're having fun and it's all sunshine and flowers flying over everywhere. I'm not making sense. The scenario that I have in mind is the loyalty towards your friends whenever you're in trouble, whenever shit is about to hit the fan. And I'm not gonna try to be cool or anything. I'm not trying to be the tough guy. I'm not a macho man or whatever you want to call it. I have in my entire life I have never started a fight. Not a single time. Never. I'm an advocate of peace. But whenever any of my friends were in trouble, I always was the first one to jump in. Just because I have this natural, I don't know, this protective instinct of taking care of the people that I love or that are with me. Like, for example, back in the day when I still went out, we went out with a pretty big group. Oh. But sometimes a lot of new people tagged along. And I always had this rule that if you were with us, even if it was the first time you came along with us, if you had any kind of problems, I would always help you out. And I remember a very distinctive night. It was New Year's Eve, 2010 or 11, I can't remember. And we were out clubbing. And I had this friend, I have to say. Well, we all of us have this kind of friend that whenever he gets drunk, he gets really, really annoying. Yeah, don't wave back, punk. I can't believe it. A couple of videos ago, I talked about my biker wave and how no one has ever not waved back at me, and now it's the second one in the video. What's wrong with the biking community? Tell me. Alright, pardon that intrusion. So, what was I saying? Alright. We all have this friend. Whenever he or she gets drunk, they become really, really, really annoying. And by annoying, I mean, if he wasn't a friend of mine, I would fucking smash a bottle in his face. That's not true. I would never do that, but it's just a matter of speaking. So, try to explain the gravity of his annoyance. And we were standing in a circle, and I saw that he was in a bit of an altercation. There was a group of other guys who were starting to get into his face and started to push him, and you know, that typical headbutt shove. And I was actually one of the last persons of our group that noticed the altercation, that something was about to go down. So immediately I step in, I get in between them. And you have to realize, whenever you take the decision to step in a situation like that, you always have to be prepared that the negative attention is going to shift towards you instead of the person that it was focused on before. So of course, the moment I step in, all of them start like getting into my face. So I was, hey, come on, it's New Year's Eve, can you pipe it down a bit? And it took a couple of minutes of pushing and shoving and trying to talk some sense into everyone to calm down the situation. But eventually, everybody went back to partying, to having a good time, and nothing happened. And that was the mind-blowing part for me. a couple of guys of our group came to me and they literally said, dude, why did you interfere? And I was like, what do you mean? Why did I interfere? That's our friend. He was about to get his ass kicked. And then they replied, but dude, you know how annoying he gets when he's drunk? And I'm like, yeah, I know. But so because he's annoying when he's drunk, we should just allow him to get his ass kicked by some other group of guys? All right, let's do it your way. Say I don't interfere. I don't get in between. He gets beaten up. He ends up in a hospital with God knows what kind of injuries. The next day, his parents come over. They ask us, guys, what the hell happened to our son? What are you gonna say then? What kind of explanation are you gonna give them? Are you gonna say, oh well, you know, your son is really annoying whenever he gets drunk, so he actually just got what he deserved, and we didn't feel like interfering, so we just watched. Is that what you're gonna say? Is that the kind of person that you want to be? And from that night, like I said, it wasn't the first time that something similar happened, and it always ended up being me stepping in, putting myself into harm's way for my friends, and everyone else just staring at what was about to happen, and oh my god, hey, and afterwards, yeah, they would all come over to me and say, hey, are you okay? Are you alright, bro? Oh, friendship is not just about having fun with each other. I mean, that's a big part of it, but the main part is being there for your buddies in any kind of scenario. Not just for the shits and giggles and the crazy stuff, but also when shit is about to go down, whenever you're in a bad situation. Every time I took the decision to step in and help someone out, I knew perfectly well that I was going to end up, that there was a big possibility that I would end up having to fend for myself. Because my so-called friends back then didn't have that sort of loyalty that I had towards them. So, at one point I just stopped going out with them. And I told them why. I told them face to face, like, dudes, you're a bunch of pussies. I mean, come on.